Hey, Vernon, I wanted to just have a really quick chat to introduce people to you if they don't already know you, and the fact that you've been doing palmistry for what, 40 years now?
Yeah, something like that. I got my first palmistry book when I was in 11th grade.
Okay, so you were born to do this. You started, anyone who starts in high school is born to do this stuff. You and I have, we've done an interview or two before, and one of the things that I love about what you have to share with us is that our soul imprint is in our hands. And maybe just share a little bit about how can our hands tell us about not only our past, our present, but the direction we're headed.
Yes, one of the big problems in life is that not knowing what to do, not knowing what the problem is and being able to solve the problem. And if we know what the problem is, we can attempt to solve it. Well, the fact is that our hands contain the imprints of our soul's journey, and they are our instructions. It's our instructional manual. So all we have to do, if we're familiar with a little bit, even we don't have to be a palmist, but if we're a little familiar with palmistry and some lines and some configurations of the hand, we can ascertain what they are, what they mean, and then how to go after them. And they contain our talents and our abilities and our potentials. So it's really our instructional manual, and it's written by the soul.
I love it. The soul is writing and then imprinting it and creating these prints. By the time we're born, it's already there, and they keep developing over our lifetime. But how young a person can you read? I mean, obviously, babies it must be almost impossible to read their little fingertips. But at what age can you start seeing what's developing in a person?
When the parents are able to hold the kid's palm open for more than a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's so
But
all the
everything is there. You're absolutely right, Regina. Everything is there on the palm in miniature. In fact, according to the Vedic view and the Navajo view, everything is already on the hand, every configuration, every line, every imprint at 7 months in the womb.
wow.
So by the time the child comes out, he or she's already got their instructional manual on their palm.
That's fascinating because when we think about it, that in epigenetics, the soul is engineering the body as it's developing from the fetal state on. It's engineering what we need as means of tools to work with in a given lifetime, features to work with. So it makes total sense that the soul would already be etching the blueprint in our hands as well.
Absolutely. Actually, the Navajo Indians have kind of like a little bit of I guess it would be a legend of some type that at 7 months in the womb, God blows his breath on the child's hands, and that breath becomes the fingerprints, which is the record of our past lives and also what we're here to do, what we're born to do, what our life work is. So, in the Vedic view, which is the earliest understanding of palmistry that we have, in fact, the earliest book on palmistry was written in 3102 BC. And it states, and this is the Vedic view, that the soul starts to remember its previous lives in 7 months in the womb. So they're already dreaming, they're already remembering their previous lives. And so the soul becomes conscious at 7 months. And then, of course, when we see children who are, let's say, 3 or 4 months old, they seem to be looking off in the far distance. They're actually remember their previous lives. But
Yes.
as they become more acclimated to their parents and their social situation and everything around them, they start to forget the previous lives.
Yeah.
But the soul's imprint is on the hand completely at 7 months in
In
the
utero.
womb. Yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing.
So this is going to be fun because one of the things you also talk about is, which we'll do at the conference, is generational handprints, how we come in waves throughout history, and we have certain features as a generation. And we'll get into a little bit about what's happening with boomers, millennials, and Gen Z. Maybe X too.
It's unbelievable.
It is. It's yeah,
It's unbelievable.
yeah.
The silent generation produced a generation was completely different from them. And then the hippie generation, if you will, produced a generation was completely different from them. It's just unbelievable. It's amazing. Souls do come in tribes, in some respects. Of course, we are individuals, but souls are born in tribes, and they move forward with whatever the planetary aspects of the day are.
Right. Well, we're going to get into that so we can start bridging gaps and understanding each other better, as well as looking at our own soul print in our palms on October 26th. So I can't wait to see you there, Vernon. I know it'll be a lot of fun for everybody. So take care. Have a wonderful
Thank
rest
you.
of your day.
Thank you. And I want to just point out things in people's hands that they can actually look at in their hands and become empowered by.
Absolutely. That's what we're going to do. Okay, Vernon, I'll see you the 26th.